What is teacher training? I would say teacher training is equal to teaching skills plus pedagogical theory plus professional skills. What is teachers training? Education is teaching skills number one, pedagogical theory, and professional skills. Now, I'll explain each one of them in detail in the coming slides. First one, I said that teacher education is equal to number one was teaching skills. So, what are teaching skills? Teaching skills are classroom management, the techniques to maintain positive, productive learning environment. First thing I just mentioned in the previous slide, when a new teacher is inducted in the service, whether he has got pre-service training or not, first I'll attach her or him with a senior teacher. So senior teacher would take him around in the classes and tell the teaching techniques. And first thing is classroom management. Unless the class is managed properly, the teaching process have to follow. Actual teaching process have to follow. First and foremost thing is that class management is done properly. So in while we are talking about teaching skills, first thing is class management skill. How the students are to be seated, how they are calmed down, and then they are made ready for the routine to start. Then instructional strategy, methods for delivering content effectively, such as direct instruction, collaborative learning, inquiry-based learning, then assessment and evaluation. Not only that you have to teach them, but you have to see to it that whatever is taught, those objectives have been achieved. So assessment or evaluation is the integral part. Then pedagogical theory. Now, pedagogical theory means that methodology, teaching methodology. And in that, we give them theoretical knowledge of different learning theories which have developed over a period of time. Then we talk about curriculum design, what are different types of contents which are included in the curriculum. And I hope you know that curriculum does not only mean a list of topics. Curriculum also means that how that content is to be passed on to the student. So principles and frameworks for developing curriculum that meet educational standards are student needs. So in pedagogical theories, we talk about give teachers the knowledge, because they need to know how the curriculum is set for different students, how the curriculum is set for students of different ages, different age groups, different subjects, and what is the design of curriculum. If you pick up a curriculum, you would find it's not the topic that is going to be taught. What are the learning objectives? From there, you start. These are going to be learning objectives of Unit 1 or this particular lesson. And then in between, you tell that these points would be elaborated with this particular methodology. whether that you would use lecture method, you would use project method, you would use discussion method, or whatever the method would be used. Then instruction design. In pedagogical theory, we make the students practice that if they have to pass they know curriculum, fine. This is to be taught in 1 month, in 1 week, and on this particular day. Then how on that particular day that is to be passed on. So there comes planning the lessons, that is lesson planning. So in lesson planning will come with minute details like what is the subject, what is the subtopic, how much time you have at your disposal, what is going to be your teaching method, what areas you are going to be used, how you are going to link up with the previous lesson, how you are going to judge the previous knowledge, and all that. So that is part of pedagogical theory. Then the third important thing in teacher training is that professional skills. Now, please try to see the difference between teaching skills and professional skills. Now, professional, each department, each profession requires certain skills beside the knowledge, beside the knowledge. Certain skills are required. For instance, the profession of physicians, doctors, there are certain medical ethics. Similarly, there are certain ethics connected with the teaching profession. So upholding the ethical standards of the teaching profession and demonstrating profession in interaction with the students, parents, and colleagues. Then you may be a PhD in a particular subject. You may be MPhil, PhD, whatever. That reservoir of knowledge you have got, but you need to have professional skills to deliver that. A good teacher is a good communicator. He should know the art of passing on the information. It is not that you unload the knowledge which you have over the students. You have to be effective speaker. So effective verbal and written communication skills, they are crucial for interacting with students, not only with students, but you come across the parents of the students as well. You come across your colleagues, you come across your senior, your juniors, your other non-teaching staff. So there you need to know this professional skills. You need to know what are the how you are expected to behave at different places. What is a decent dress? Would you like to come to the institution with a party makeup? No, there would be a sober, decent dress which is supposed to be worn. Would you come up to the institution with slippers on? No. And how you would observe the timings and how you would communicate in writing. There's a proper way of writing letters or corresponding with the seniors, juniors, or other stakeholders. Then professional skills also require that you should have reflective practice. Yesterday, I was having the workshop of critical thinking and reflective practice. That is code 8611. And that a key word that is reflective practice. Now, reflective practice is a part of your professional skills. You need to know that how you keep on evaluating, assessing your performance, your behavior, your attitude, and then finding ways how to improve upon it. Now, first is content knowledge. In teacher education, I've just talked about first important part is content knowledge. If you are going to teach geography, you need to have good knowledge of geography. If you are going to teach English, you need to have good knowledge of English. Not that you come into the class going to teach English and that day you have to teach grammar and you write the spelling of grammar Grammar. Well, that's it. Your students are really going to have a very bad impression that oh, what is this teacher? He doesn't even know the spelling of the word grammar, and she has come to teach us grammar. So first thing is content knowledge. That means subject mastery. The teachers must have a deep understanding of the subjects they are going to teach. This involves not only knowing the content, but also understanding how to convey it effectively to students of various ages and abilities. I am teaching students of preschool classes. Maybe I am an MA English, which I am. So, do you expect I expect me to maintain the level of that graduate level or that undergraduate level? No, I've come down to the level of those preschool students. Maybe as I said, I'm master in that particular subject. So subject mastery not only involves knowing the content, but also understanding how to convey it effectively to students of various ages and abilities. Then curriculum knowledge should have knowledge of the subject, but also have the knowledge of what is the scope of that particular subject for the class you are teaching. So neither you should fall below that level, neither you should try to express your knowledge and overburden the students who are of a lower level. Second important thing, first thing I said knowledge of the subject you are going to teach. Second, pedagogical knowledge. Pedagogical knowledge means method of instruction. There are various methods of instruction which we are going to talk about today also. We should know that what all are the method of instruction and which is the most appropriate type of methodology. That is knowledge of various instructional strategies and techniques that can be applied in classroom to facilitate learning. Then classroom management. Now, you may be brimming with knowledge as a teacher. You come into the class and the class is unruly. They are not listening to you properly. They might not. There are two things. You go into the class and they are whispering, talking to one another. You are telling them, okay, keep quiet, listen to me, pay attention. You are shouting and you are being unheard. Now, second thing is you have come down to the class and the class is so overawed that they have just gone into the shell. They are not responding. They are giving you blank looks with open eyes. You are going ahead with your lecture, and with open eyes, they are just sleeping with open eyes. So that is also not required. Class management skills, these are the skills to manage student behavior, create a positive learning environment. Now you come to the class and you create a congenial psychological atmosphere where the teaching learning process is carried on in a smooth way, and ensure that all students are engaged and learning. You're asking question. Are you have you understood? Well, they are quiet. You're asking any doubt? They said they are quiet. Then, as a professional teacher who knows the methodology, should come out with something out of the box and make them willingly participate. They have a different methodology. That is a lecture method. There may be, you may having a discussion method. You may be having project method. You may be having a collaborative method. So whatever the methods are, and as I said, at the later part of this workshop, I'm going to talk about those uh, those different methods, which are old methods, some are new methods, and how they are going to be used. Then the third importance is professional knowledge, and we have talked about ethical and legal responsibilities, the relationship between teacher and student in traditional societies is father-like, is father-like. As I can claim that before any one of you was born, I was teaching. I'm that old, an old man, a teacher of the previous generation, previous century. So, whatever the trends may be nowadays, we are following the same tradition, father like treatment. And we are going to talk about Islamic way of teaching. In that, we'll also mention that what is the relation in the Islamic perspective as well. Well, the, you know, cultural differences are there. Naila, I'm referring to what you said just 15 minutes ago. There are cultural differences. I agree. In our part of society, if we are moving on a road and we come across a person who is of the age of my father, I would not call him, if I know him, by name, I would not call him Mr. Jahangir, Mr. Asad, listen to me. I would say, uncle, please listen to me. That is done in this part of the world. In that part of the world, in the most of the Western countries, if a person of the age of the grandfather living in the nearby vicinity moves around, you call him, hi, Mr. Nelson, how do you do? Mr. Nelson, he is of the age of your dada and or nana. So the are ethics is a relative term, different from place to place, and legal set of rules are also different. In this part of the world, if we thrash a student, it hardly matters. They would go and talk to their parents. Teacher has beaten us up today. He would say, you must have done something wrong. He has done well. I don't agree with this. I disapprove of this particular practice. But I'm just telling you what is done in different parts of the world, right? So legally, legally in Western countries, it's not teacher and student. If a father beats up a grown-up child, he would just pick up the phone and talk to the police. Hi, come running, emergency here. My father has beaten me up. And in another a few minutes, police would come and take hold of the father and take him to the police station. Ethics and legal responsibility, they are relative terms. That's why I try to speak a little in detail. Reflective practice, we have already talked about, we'll talk more.